Good morning, children. How are you all? All are fine, isn't it? I believe all are fine. So, welcome back to the sixth session of SS class. Do you remember last or fifth session what we have studied? Fifth session what we have studied? Anybody? Very good. We have studied about a different type of houses for different regions. Different type of houses for different regions that we have studied, isn't it? Different type of houses for different regions. That is what we have discussed in the previous class. But which are the different types of houses we discussed? Very good. We have discussed about the igloo, tent house, again stilt house, again what is it? Houseboat. One more. Yurt. We discussed all these type of houses and its peculiarities, where it is found, isn't it? This is found in polar regions. This is found in desert. Houseboat is found in backwaters of Kerala and Kashmir. Stilt house is found in highly raining areas. All those things we have discussed, isn't it? Yes. Now today, what are we going to discuss? Any idea? Very good. Today we are going to discuss about people without a house. People without a house. People without house. People without house. That is what we are going to discuss today. Have you seen people sleeping on the footpath or roadside or the shops, verandas and all? Have you seen? You might have seen people are sleeping. When we are walking on the roadside, we could see some places people are sleeping on the roadside or on the footpath or in the bus stand or in the shop's veranda. Have you ever thought of why do they do so? Why do they do so? Any idea? Any answer? Very good. Because they don't have house. They don't have a proper house or proper shelter like us. Do we go and sleep on the footpath or in the veranda? No. When we are feeling sleepy, we are sleeping inside our house or inside the bedroom. Isn't it? Yes. But these people or some people are sleeping in such a kind of places. So what are the reasons? That is what we are going to discuss. See, the people, those who are staying in the footpath or verandas or bus stand or streets, they don't have the comfort of a house. The previous classes we have discussed, we all of us are living in a house. Why or what does a house provides? We discussed. House provides us a shelter, protect us from what? Protect us from what? Heat. Again, rain. Again, wild animals. And we all of along with all our family members, we are staying happily in our house. We are comfort in our houses. But the people, those who are staying on the street, they don't have such a comfort. They are always feeling what? Insecurity feeling. They are not safe at all. At any time something may happen to them. See, we are staying inside the house, we are safe. Our parents are there, brothers are there, sisters are there. We are feeling safe. inside the house. But the persons or people, those who are staying outside, they are not at all safe. Always they are insecure. No security. So that is what we are going to discuss in today's classes. Okay? Okay? Are you okay? Yeah, yes, very good. So let us move. There are many reasons. That's what we are discussing. Let us move. The first chapter we have discussed one point, that is migration. Do you remember that migration? The word migration, have you heard? What is the meaning of migration? We have discussed many times. Any one of you say, what's the meaning of migration? Come on. Very good. Migration means shifting of people, shift from their own place to another place. Their people are moving from their village or their own place to another place. Why do they move? There are many reasons we discussed. Come on. Yeah, very good. For better job. Again, better job opportunity, better education. Another one, better standard of living. Very good. Give a clap. You didn't forget. You are still remembering all those things. Very good. So because of these reasons, people are moving from their own place to another place. So when people move from their own place to another place for job purposes, what will happen to them? Sometimes they may be able to get a good job. But most of the cases, what is happening? They may not be able to get a good job. They don't get a good job, or if the job is not good, salary also may not be good. So if such a kind of people are forced to work with less wages or less salary. If the salary is less, automatically what is happening? They are unable to find a good shelter in the new places. Isn't it? Their hometown, they may be having houses and all there in their hometown. But from their hometown to another area, they have shifted. Then they have to take rent houses, or they have to stay in other places. So if the salary or the wages are less, they may not be able to find a good shelter or good house to live. In such conditions, what is happening? They may be forced to live in street or slum areas. They may be forced to live in street or slum areas. These all things we have discussed in the first chapter. Then what is meant by slum? I told that these people may be forced to live in slum areas. What is meant by slum? Now you can see the picture of slum here. Look here. This is the picture of a slum. Overcrowded area. Many people are living in this area with limited facilities. Overcrowded area, more number of people are residing in this area with one single room. Many 5 or 6 or 7 members sharing one single room. And they have water scarcity problem, electricity problem. And the surroundings may be not hygienic, unhygienic surroundings. So such a kind of area is called a slum. So the people, those who are having very less income, is forced to live in such kind of areas. Okay, this is the picture. You can see what are the pictures, or what is the condition of a slum. It is that area, slum area is near to near to the street side. Maybe this dirty water is flowing through, and lots of houseflies, mosquitoes and other insects, unhygienic area. And they will have to share these toilets and all. share. So lots of problems may be there in a slum area. So people, those who are having less income is forced to live in a slum area. Okay. Now next one is, first reason is, what is the first reason? Yeah, low income. And next, second reason we can say, sometimes due to natural calamities, people may forced to leave their hometown. Natural calamities like earthquake or landslide or storm may force them to leave their own area. Their properties might have damaged or lost. So they may be forced to leave from their area. And afterwards they may not be having the money to rebuild their houses. Their houses are damaged, property is damaged, and they don't have the money to rebuild the houses again. So such a kind of people are also homeless people. So what will happen to them? They will be taken to the refugee camp. Refugee camps. So this is the picture of a refugee camp. Look here. Once or before the natural calamities, they were living quite happily with their family members in their own houses. But the natural calamity turned or changed her lifestyle. Now they are homeless and taking shelter in the refugee camps or the place provided by the government. That is one condition. Okay, natural calamities changing the life of the people. And next one we can say what? We can say sometimes a war between two countries. What happens? Many people will die. Properties, same thing what we discussed. The properties will be destroyed. Houses will be destroyed. Many people will die. So the war also causes the people to move from one place to another place. These are the main three reasons why people become homeless. First one is when people migrate from their own town to another town, they may not be able to find a good job. So they are forced to live in slum areas or streets. And next one is, in some cases, natural calamities destroys the property and houses of the people. Then they became homeless. Another case, war. If war between two countries, many damages can be happened and people become homeless. So these are the reasons why people, some people are there without a house. Okay. Then already from the beginning I said, the people, those who are living on the streets, their life is not secure. What are the problems faced by the people, those who are living on the streets? Can you say what are the problems? Yeah, very good. Think it. What may be the reason? We can see sometimes beggars and all, they are sleeping on the roadside. What are the problems faced by such kind of people? What are the problems? Yeah, come on. Always I used to say, I should get an answer from you. If you wanted to give the answer, you have to think. Simply sitting like this means you won't give the answer. Think it. What are the problems faced by the people, those who are staying in the slum areas or backward areas? Very good, very good, very good, very good. What is it? What is it? Yeah, they are under fear because police may chase them at any time. Very good. This is what I said. If you think, you will get idea. Very good. What is it? They may be chased by the police at any time. What is the reason? The footpath and streets are public places. It is not given for anybody. It is for everyone's use. Streets and bus streets or bus stand or footpaths are public places. So at any time they may be chased by the police. Then next one is already we discussed, they don't get the comfort of the houses. They don't get the comfort of the houses. They won't be protected from the rain, cold or heat. Then they are living in an unhygienic conditions, which may causes different kinds of diseases. Since it is an overcrowded area, in an unhygienic condition, there is a great possibility of getting different kinds of diseases. These are the problems faced by people, those who are living in the street or slum areas. Can you remember once more, one by one? Problems faced by the homeless people. Problems of homeless people. Yeah, so, come on, say fast. Under fear, they are always fear. Under fear. What is meant by fear? Yes, at any time they may be chased by the police. Okay, very good. What is the next point we discussed? They don't get the comfort of houses. Don't get the comfort of houses. Don't get the comfort of houses. They are not living with their loved ones. Next one is they are not protected from what? Rain, thunder, storm, heat, whatever it may be. These are the problems of homeless people. Then now, and next in our textbook one story is given. Anybody gone through that story? Jadu's story. Story of whose story? The beginning there is a story given. Whose story? Textbook? Jadu. Story of Jadu. This story will give you a clear-cut picture about the life in a slum area. Life in a slum area. Jadu has migrated to another city. For what? For job opportunity. What was his job? He was a garbage collector. What's the duty of garbage collector? We discussed in the previous classes. So Jadu was a garbage collector. So he moved from his own town to another town, expecting that he would find out, he will be find out a good job, or he may get a good job with a little more income he can. So he and his wife migrated from his own native place to another city. But unfortunately, what happened to him? He was not able to find a good job. So there also he is working as a garbage collector. And already I said, or we know garbage collectors' income and all we know. Not much income or not much money. So he is forced to live in a slum with his wife. And the problems of slum we have discussed. Many people overcrowded area. Many people living together in a single room. Fans are there, but always what is happening? It is simply hanging on the roof, not running. Why fans are not running? What is the reason? Very good. In order to run the fan, what is needed? Electricity needed, isn't it? If there is no power or no electricity, fan will not work, isn't it? Yes. So fan is there but not running. And water problem. Taps are there on the street, but there is no water. Once in a week or twice in a week only, water will come through that pipe. Then the women folk will be rushing to collect the water. And they have to collect water and keep it for next 2-3 days. Again, toilet problem. 100 people may be using only one toilet. Can you imagine that one? Can you imagine? No. So these kinds of problems they were facing. Water problem, electricity problem, toilet problem, and unhygienic surroundings. These all problems they are facing. So one day what happened? Jadu's wife said, with only your earnings, we may not be or we can't live properly. So let me also go and work. So he joined as a household worker in a nearby apartment. He joined as a household worker nearby apartment. Apartment means same thing, big houses with many families are staying there, big houses, many families are there, but most of the facilities are there. No water problem, no electricity problem, no toilet problem, the surroundings are clean. So when his wife went there for work, she was surprised to see the facilities. She started to compare what is our life in the slum and what is these people's life in the apartment. She started to compare. And after the work, she told to her husband how we are living and how they are living. Such kind of facilities are there. She was so surprised and sadly she was telling, our facility you just imagine. Morning, we have to stand in queue for water. Water will come within once in a week or twice in a week. What are the problems we are facing? And what they are leading a luxurious life. That is what the slum and apartment differences. Slum is also an overcrowded area. Apartment is also crowded area because many families are staying together. But conditions are entirely different. Conditions are entirely different. Apartment is big multi-storied houses, many families living together with a good condition, just opposite of slum area. So that was Jadu's wife's complaint. We are living in completely discomfort and those people are living or leading a comfortable life. That is what Jadu's wife was saying. Now, only one thing is common. So, there are lots of differences in the lifestyle, but one thing is common in slum and apartment. What is it? Both are overcrowded area. And if any dangers means any fire or anything happens, what will happen? What will happen? More that will be affected by, more people will be affected with that. That is the only thing. Both the places are overcrowded. So any dangers or anything happens, a natural calamity or fire or anything happens, that will be affected by a lots of people. That is the only thing common in slum and apartment. Okay, is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? Huh? Not clear or somewhat clear? Okay, I don't want to hear somewhat. It should be completely clear. You should understand everything. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, very good. Okay, but these are the problems we are facing in slum areas. Now, with this this topic is over. Block number 3 is over. Block number 3, we have discussed the different types of houses for different regions and their peculiarities or specialities. And now today we have discussed about what? Homeless people. Those who are sleeping or taking rest or taking shelter and near the roadside or under the near the footpath or under the flyover, etc. or bus stand, railway station, or everywhere we could see these people, and what was the reason of that one we have assessed. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, very good. Now, today's portion or this third block is over. We are going to conclude that one. Before that, let me ask you how to complete S3 and S4. That day you have completed no S2 and S1? Yeah, okay. Now S3 and S4 remaining. S3 and S4 is remaining. You have to complete S3 and S4 and the practice questions. You have to write the remaining practice questions also. Okay? The notes and everything must be up to date. Don't keep it for tomorrow. If you keep it for tomorrow, then it will be going on like this. So don't keep anything for tomorrow. Today itself or immediately after the class, you have to complete your assigned works. Okay? Is it clear? Are you ready? You are doing that. I know. You are very good. You are doing all the works and some of you are sending. Even though others are not sending, I hope you are doing it. Okay, you are doing very good. Now, if anyone is not doing, try to do it, and from today onwards start everything to do it everything on time and be good children. We will be meeting again with our next session. Till then, okay, be good children, stay at home.